welcome to the Gamesline podcast. I'm Scott B. It's a crazy week out there in video games. I'm here with fellow Gamesline conductors. No, what do we call people who are on trains? It's not conductors. Conductors,
passengers.
You're not passengers.
It is conductors.
No,
Yes.
Yeah, those are the people that run the trains.
I mean, like, who walks around and does stuff on the train?
Conductors.
No.
Attendants.
Can I be the chef?
Yeah, you can be the chef.
I just take the meat out of the sous vide drawer.
We got Chef Lorelai.
Hey, how you doing? It's been a while.
What's on the menu today?
I mean, we've got steak that's been sitting in a sous vide bag for 3.5 days, chicken that's been sitting in a sous vide bag for 4 days, and some salmon that's only been in the bag boiling for 2 days. So nice and fresh.
Do either of y'all have any opinions on, like, the Amtrak Cafe menu?
I've never been on it.
You've never been on an Amtrak?
Because I got the NJ Transit, bitch.
Okay, well,
it's not bad. It's honestly for, like, they just take it out of a sous vide bag that it's been sitting in and throw it on a thing for a little bit.
They poke a hole in it with a fork and then they throw it in the microwave and then you got yourself a hamburger.
Microwave.
They definitely microwaved the hamburgers.
They got air fryers now.
I mean, it depends on how you get it, but yeah, no, you have to cook that shit a little bit on a heated surface because otherwise it just looks like gray mush.
Well, here's what we have. We have a conductor Maverick. Hello, Mav.
The conductor. His responsibilities include the following: ensuring the train follows applicable safety, making sure the train stays on schedule, opening and closing the doors, selling and checking tickets, ensuring that cars and cargo are picked up. We complete paperwork, directing the train's movement while operating in reverse.
Matt, what are you picking from the Amtrak Cafe menu?
Okay, let me see this real quick. So real quick, gonna get a let me just get the Tito's. No, not Tito's. Let me get the Tanqueray gin, no, there's a Cayman Jack Margarita. I'll get that. I'll take a Black Cherry White Claw.
Okay, yeah.
And then sausage, egg, and cheese.
Okay.
And a deluxe stromboli.
That's pretty good. I haven't had this. I haven't had the stromboli from an Amtrak cafe. I'm a little scared. Literally every time I go on a train and get something from the cafe, it's either like a thing of ramen, a hot dog, or the cheeseburger. And the cheeseburger is always just a straight up frozen cheeseburger that they throw into microwave.
Oh yeah. If you get it at there, I was talking about the food car. I run actual cafeteria car. I'm a chef, not a microwaver.
I've never once eaten there. That's. I'm sure the food in the actual private dining car is good. Let me see. Amtrak dining car. Let me see what we got.
I'm Tom Hanks in the Polar Express.
Traditional dining.
I feel like I've fallen into the uncanny valley.
Express.
Okay, here we go. Okay. This is a little bit. This is what you're like thinking of. You're getting. Who's getting the Amtrak signature flat iron steak?
I mean, I've had the Amtrak signature flat iron steak, and it is very, it's very, what's the word I'm thinking of? I mean, for food you get on a train, it is not bad. And if you do have a sleeper car, which when I do train trips down to like LA or whatever, I usually get a sleeper car because it's usually like a day and a half to 2 days. It's kind of nice to be like, hey, you get a free meal.
Mm-hmm. I wish sleeper cars weren't like expensive in terms of like traveling from one place to another.
Yeah, it's more expensive than just flying.
It is, yeah.
There's
Sometimes you can get a good discount, and it's like honestly worth it. It's worth a trip. But
There's
yeah,
that,
the Flatiron Steak, quite okay.
Matt, please.
There's that time where I just like would watch those like videos of like a dude hopping onto transit in Japan and just like riding the rails, and it's like, damn. Never have I felt the jealousy of being able to just make use of public transit like this.
I would love to become a train vagrant. I would love to just travel. I would love to just ride the rails every single day of my life. I think that would be a fun way to go.
I'd get the rigatoni bolognese. I think it's stupid that they have less options for wine and beer. They just have wine and beer here. That's
I'm pretty sure like you can just go to the cafe car and just grab whatever you want from there, because the cafe is open the entire time.
Right.
This is if you're gonna go and sit down and dine, you will be getting.
Now, if dinner entrees are served with a complimentary alcoholic beverage, then I am going to get that Corona.
I had no idea the dining car menu food was free. I guess it's free with a room. If you have a sleeper cabin.
If you do not have a sleeper cabin, then it is fucking expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
You schedule yourself, and you have to schedule a time. You have to like go in with it, and then they fill all of the tables, so they force you to sit with other people.
That's fun.
Which the last trip I did was actually interesting because I was across from a couple of game developers from Seattle.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was actually like really, had some really interesting conversation and whatnot. But like one of the times I've done it, I got sat next to like an 80-year-old man and his wife, and it was just really unpleasant looking at his fucking American flag hat the whole time.
What hat would you prefer?
Anything but an American flag hat.
No, what if he was doing like a Bandit Keith cosplay?
Yeah. What if he had a full bandana on?
Okay. I would be okay with that. But
first, I would be very curious as to why he was on the train and not riding his motorcycle. And then I would be like, "What's going on, man? Do you want a duel?" Welcome to the podcast. We played. Hey, much like the developers that Lorelai has talked to on trains, we've played video games.
Also, we never introduced Maverick.
Yeah, I did. I said Mav was a conductor.
Oh,
I said in. Don't worry about it. We're on track. Don't worry. Mav, do you want to do a second introduction?
I'm moving different. Video games got me seeing shit. We're smoking that Armored Core. We're smoking on that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I'm smoking on that Insomniac pack.
They must have amnesia because they forgot that we're a pod. It's been a sleepy vacation week.
I've only driven 20 fucking hours.
I got back from Connecticut on Wednesday.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
It was fun. It was a more fun wedding than it sounds like John is going through right now. So John seems to be having a bad time. Send all of your wishes to John. But while John's getting married, let's talk about some video games that we've been playing.
Video games.
John's getting married to this game.
Yeah,
this shit ain't nothing to him.
Now, Lorelai, I do really want to hear about. Now, I desperately don't want to hear a single thing about Marvel Snap, but I do also really want to hear about both Ever Crisis and Mortal Kombat. So I would like you to pick which one you would like to talk about first.
All right, I'll just start a little bit with Ever Crisis.
Okay.
And I want to combine it in a talk about like monetization in phone games, because I have a bit of an addictive personality, so I know that these are made to prey on people like me. It might not be as bad as Street Fighter Duel. I'm still looking at stuff, but it is still, every time I finish a fucking stage, here's a temporary, here's a limited time offer at buying something. I hate
that shit.
And it's the same thing with Street Fighter Duel, except here, there's also like 3 fucking season passes.
I just want to say real quick, the one gacha game that I play has got like the prices and the monetization on the stuff in it has gotten like so much more egregious that it's actively putting me off from spending money. So they're having the complete opposite effect.
Like the problem with me is like Street Fighter Duel or this, for instance, is you finish a thing and then you get offered different packs. It's like, oh, you got a limited time and you can get all 3 of these. There's the 99-cent one, there's the $2 one, and the $9.99 one.
Yeah, and time limited discounts on stuff are so fucking terrible.
And my personality is one where like it starts out as I'm kind of enjoying this game, so I am going to buy, I'll throw some money at it. But once that happens, I start going, well, I bought the 99-cent pack, so I should also buy the $2.99 one. And then, that $9.99 one, that's a really good deal. So,
the floodgates can open very easily.
And the floodgates open, and I just know that with the way I do things is like, it's like I had to uninstall Street Fighter Duel, and I will, I'm still kind of playing Ever Crisis. Like, there are things I like about it, but I know that with my personality, I am probably going to have to uninstall it the second I'm like, that seasonal outfit, or whatever. It's just like, yeah, I know it's going to happen, but it's monetization of mobile games has gotten so fucking bad lately. And this is another one of those where it is like, I thought Diablo Immortal was fucking bad, and then I saw Street Fighter Duel, and now I'm seeing Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and it's infuriating to me because there's like the core of an interesting and potentially fun game there, and it's just ruined by incredibly predatory monetization schemes.
Yeah, talk to me about the actual game aspect a bit, because I really want to hear what's going on here. Because all I've gathered from osmosis is it's Final Fantasy VII again, but it's on your dang phone, and also there's some other stuff in here too.
Yeah, that's about it. It's like you want to see it. It is generic RPG phone game. Like, I don't think it does anything new or really interesting that is going to make me want to actually continue playing it outside of it being more Final Fantasy VII backstory shit. And that's its biggest issue for me, is like, I don't feel like the game is there yet. Whereas, like it does do some interesting things. I like the fact that it opens with the reactor shit, and it goes through all the little moments, like helping Jessie pull her leg out of a thing, except it's just a cutscene, pretty much. And then you finish that, and that's when the monetization opens up, and that's where I started turning it off and went, okay, I need to be really careful with this. I'm going to play for like 10 minutes a day. I'm going to do some dailies and try not to get dragged in, but it's popping it up so often that literally the only thing I can think of when I think about the game is the monetization is driving me up the wall.
Yeah, that sounds really painful. Have you tried the Google Play Games beta yet?
No.
Okay. So what it is it's a version of Google, like the Google Play app that's on Android, but it's just on PC. And it installs the games and like runs them actually natively on your PC, which if you've used BlueStacks or like any Android emulator, it is an incredible step up. It's still in beta right now, but one of the nice things about it, at the very least, has been like games have like limited to no advertising in them. So if there's like if there's a game that like that is constantly feeding you ads, it just doesn't happen in this, which is very nice.
The problem with this is it's not feeding you ads.
It's more monetization stuff.
Yeah. It's the pop-up with you have the limited time to buy these 3 packs. And you only have like 2 hours. So like that's the more insidious thing. If they were like 24 hours, I would be less inclined to be like, okay, but they give you that limited amount of time that is a small enough time that you go, if I don't do this, it's going to go away and I might not get another one.
Yeah, that sounds really annoying. I did just search, I didn't find Ever Crisis on there, so that's sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Dragon Ball Legends is there. Play that if you want. You'll play State of Survival Zombie War.
Fuck that. I have gotten addicted to the war game shit, and all those games is Clash of Clans.
They're all so
There's
bad.
the Final Fantasy 15 one that's exactly the same game as State of Survival, which is exactly the same game as Puzzles X Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so... I fucking loathe that game design.
See, okay, man. So I wanted to search like, hey, let me like see what you have by popularity here, because I'm looking at the all games page, and it's like a lot of this just seems like garbage, but it was already sorted by popularity. The top one up here, of course, is Ludo King, and then right next to it, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Hungry Shark Evolution, and then Gardenscapes, which I have actually heard of. Lord's Mobile Kingdom Wars, Worms Zone, Hungry Snake, Homescapes, which is also just Gardenscapes. What else we got here? Farm Hero Saga, Soccer Superstar, Anti-Stress Relaxation Toys, Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. These are the most popular games. Oh, here we go. This is a game I've heard of. Remember this? Ebony, the King's Return.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one from all the ads. You know what? I'm just going to download that. I know it's bad, but I'll just try it. I'll just give it a shot at some point. How much of Final Fantasy VII is actually in this so far? Or do you not know?
I don't fully know, but I think there is. It does go through the entirety of the 7 story.
Really?
And then goes into, what's the word I'm thinking of? I think it has the entirety of the 7 story and then a bunch of stuff with like Teen Sephiroth and shit.
Oh, right, because there's a whole Teen Sephiroth storyline in that.
Yeah. So it's a lot of backstory shit, and probably have seasonal events of like Cloud goes to the beach and eats a hamburger.
Oh yeah, I pulled up the website and they just have Beach Aerith right here. Oh my god, the Cloud beach outfit it looks like something you'd find in Liza P. One of these guys is just naked. Is that Zach? Yeah, that's just naked Zach. You can be naked Zach. Whatever. This seems like a weird, strange game. I still do not fully grasp what the game even really is. But, you know, I guess I don't really want to try it. I don't really want to play any more gacha games, but you know,
yeah.
You know, it could. Okay, so in the character section, it only lists Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, Aerith, and Red 13. So I'm assuming maybe all they have story-wise is up to Midgar. Here's up through Midgar. Unless they're lying to me. And there's more. I do like the little like chibi designs of the characters. Like the way they're like higher fidelity interpreted, like in that smaller style from the original FF7. It looks really cute. I like it a lot. I don't know. I'm interested, but I'm very scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mav.
Yo.
I'm sorry. Did you have anything more you wanted to add about Ever Crisis?
No.
Okay.
No, I literally just wanted to rant about the fucking monetization practices of mobile games these days because they're getting worse and
real
worse.
bad. Mav, you've been playing more Armored Core 6.
That I have. I hit chapter 3.
I beat it, and I'm like in New Game Plus. I'm like a little. I've been a little sad because I do want to actually finish that game and like check out all of the New Game Plus stuff that they added, but I've been playing other things. I'm like, I gotta catch up on all of these games that just came out.
Brother, this is me taking a break from Final Fantasy 16, which I still haven't fucking beaten. And I don't know if I want to at this point, but
it's fine.
It's fine. It's just
it's fine.
When something loses steam, like
here's the thing.
I was talking about this with friends though, where it's like I'm bad when it comes to losing interest in games, where it's like it'll just happen at the weirdest times. Like I lost steam on Final Fantasy VII Remake literally right at like the point of no return, when it's like, oh, you're gonna get ready to get to the end of this game.
Yeah.
And I just haven't touched it since.
You should at least see the ending of that game.
I should.
Like even if you don't finish it, like go and watch the ending or something. Like,
well, no, it's like I would want to get final boss to it. Again, maybe my brain is not as typical as I think it is. Let's see. Is a discovery I'm slowly having these past few months.
Yep. So strange how that happens.
Yeah, it's so curious. You know, you think you're normal for most of high school, and then when you don't have as much immediate stimulation, it's like, huh, my attention is not as focused as I originally thought. But anyway, Armored Core 6 at least has been been hitting that for me, where a lot of it is kind of just, I don't know, it's figuring shit out. Like the biggest thing I have definitely had to work out of is like the idea that there's just one optimal way to go about like customizing my mech, and like that's part of what's making me just go back and beat up that Dafeng test pilot so many times. I gotta rack up my money. Because I want to buy all the parts. Because
it does kind of sadly incentivize like maximizing your time buying more parts and stuff, which is like I find kind of annoying. Like I think they should just give you more money generally and like make things cost less.
But at the very least, it does seem like over time they do at least price out missions where it's like, okay, if this is going to be a longer thing, you're at least going to have enough to like buy out a part or like.
Listen, I'm in New Game Plus and I'm still there, man, and I have been grinding. So like, no, they're gonna keep giving you more things. You don't need to worry about
into an empire. That's all that's about.
You do need to get grind set for this game.
Shit, I've been smoking on that green bean. Fuck you mean. Fucking need to give the ops some initiative. I blew up their whole quadrant. When I get the tank treads that are like a little bit smaller, I am moving like French Montana.
You are, yeah. Huh?
But no, it's been neat getting like actually just now, because I've been in the middle of chapter 3. What was giving me trouble like yesterday was that first mission, just having to deal with those new like enemies he introduced that are like just a little bit more maneuverable with like the pulse shield. And it was like, god, do I have to like change anything up? What do I have to do that's different? And it was mainly like with my loadout that was like
Your outload.
My outload versus my inload.
Damn.
I'm not going to say it.
Keep going.
The inloads would I be given shotties anyway. The loadout is like I got the smaller tank treads, so that it's like the fastest motherfucking tank alive right now. With like dual songbirds, and then originally I was doing like the burst machine gun with a pulse blade, and then I switched that out for at first switched it out for the shotgun, and then switched it out for the napalm launcher, and that's been a fun little combination.
That's fun. I haven't messed around with the napalm launcher at all.
It's interesting. It's definitely got a bit of like a learning curve to it, but like having napalm available, having fire damage available is a really nice little, like it's a nice little incentive, especially if you're like still figuring out how to get all like the maneuvering just right. Because I definitely, the thing about the tank treads is I do just kind of like spin myself into circles sometimes if I'm not being careful. And in that first mission, it is a lot of just having to be aware of everything, and it can be a little bit disorienting. But thankfully got through it.
I found because the boost corrects like which way you're facing. I was using that a lot, especially with the kick move, because when you kick someone with tank treads, you ram into them with a tank. It's really strong. So I found myself being not like a speed demon, because I'm not anywhere near as fast as like my fast max, but like I'm still zipping around in that thing.
Exactly.
Just like crashing into people.
And then after one of the first missions I do, where it's like you go into like the cave, and then you have to get out before the coral blows up, which that itself was a nightmare because of, again, having to maneuver with like the verticality of the caverns. And it's like, buddy, I'm a tank. I can barely get to these cliffs. I'm almost going to die here.
Yes, that's why they give you multiple slots. So you can save a whole bunch of different mechs.
Exactly. That is to say, well, I'm using this main one. I called it Goldie because I painted it gold like the Hyakushiki, but I've decided to go different routes with it, mess around with it a little bit. I recently bought like the heavier rear jointed legs, so I can get those hops, but it's like actually able to like carry the weight of my loadout. And so again, blew up the test pilot, and it felt pretty okay. Just gotta like give it a few more tries out, because I've also just been doing like I cleared out this leg of the arena all on tank treads. I did the last few missions all on treads. And so it's like having to reorient with the kind of maneuverability you have. But it's still fun.
I find myself going into training a lot. And the thing like I found weirdly useful, especially when I'm like looking at new weapons, is if you're in the shop, there is just a button that says play video.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it shows you exactly how the weapons work.
Yeah, that's been a good way to also get a feel for like, okay, do I actually want this, or is that just going to be, something I buy for the hell of it? Yeah. It's where like I haven't really been using much of the energy weapons, so I feel like I can actually look into a generator that gives me less EN output so that I can just focus on other aspects.
Yeah, and that's something I'm not like super hot on when it comes to the arc of this game, is because everything is so expensive, it sort of limits experimentation. So if you can obviously make the build you want to build, but it is largely going to be like it doesn't come naturally. You largely need to know what you want to build before you go into it. And it doesn't help that a meta has definitely formed around which weapons are the best weapons.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard about the Zimmerman or not. But man, is even post patch, it's still pretty strong.
I haven't yet, so
it's hey, shotguns turns out pretty good.
Shotguns are pretty good. I've been feeling that for a while, and it still rings true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah, it's been a bunch of fun. I'm really glad that I gave it a shot, and it's still pushing on.
I would. I mean, obviously, play the game however you want to play. I don't want to tell you how to play, because that's the beauty of this game.
I don't know. I feel like
you can
part
really
of the
build it how you want to build it.
Part of the game's appeal is somebody telling you what to do at all times and kind of like belittling you for it a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been told.
There's an aspect of being dragged around on your leash after this game, but I do recommend the way I've been playing it for the most part when it comes to new missions is I've been using my lightest mech, which you mentioned the reverse spring, reverse joint legs. I tried the heavier ones and I didn't like them nearly as much because the lightest model of the reverse joints is so fast, and it like your dodges with it like are so much faster, and when you like change it out for a bigger one, it's so noticeable. So I've largely been using that on my light mech. I've been using like the lightest armor parts. I was using a sword, some 4-shot missile launchers, and like a burst SMG, which didn't have a lot of ammo, but like was relatively strong compared to other things I could use. And it seems like this loadout would be weak, but it's actually still pretty strong, all things considered. I can fight most everything.
You're mitigating any damage you get by being able to dodge better.
Yeah.
Versus having more AP that you can tank a little bit more. I definitely got to sit down and just build out a lighter mech. I think that'd be fun to mess around with.
Yeah, but I definitely recommend like going through most of those missions with like a light or mid-sized mech that is like maneuverable, and especially will like get you to be able to fly around a lot more, just so you have more like options. But like if you die or like you need to change stuff mid-mission, you just load up a different slot. Then it's not a problem.
I have that original one. I got the original, then I've got like the tutorial one that they gave you, which is where I like started to build stuff out of it, and then this most recent one I've been fucking around with. The first mech I had is still like bipedal and like still figuring out what I would want that to be. So
I also highly recommend at some point building a quadruped mech. They're so good. They're
I don't know. They feel weird. They feel fucking weird.
They're great. It turns out there are a lot of things that just cannot deal with the ability to hover.
Yeah, no, again, it makes so much sense. And I'm sure the game is like, hey, you can just cheese a lot of this.
I wouldn't call it cheesing. It's just more like, giving you enough like vertical maneuverability to be able to dodge a lot more things. Because like obviously the later in the game you get, the more things like, the more things are less the more things are like wise to your tricks, That's a very FromSoft ethos of game design, where like there are obviously some pretty common strategies you can use that'll get you through most things, but then you get to a point in the game where it's like, nah, we know what you're doing, buddy. But yeah, a quadrupedal mech will get you very far, and also like it has most of the quadrupedal legs have like the support of tank treads, not as much obviously, but you can still put a pretty heavy payload on them, which is real nice. And you just get the ability to hover. What I would recommend if you're building a quadrupedal mech is one, hitting triangle or the Y button, I believe, to open up that larger stat spreadsheet, and making sure your energy capacity is about as high as it can get, because having more energy capacity lets you hover for longer. And as I've said before, hovering is really good. No, it's great. I've been having a lot of fun just messing around and building new things. I found the Moonlight Blade, and that's what I put on my light mech. What I've done is I have the Moonlight Blade, and then on my back shoulder for the same slot, I put just my normal Pulse Blade. So what I'll do is I'll fire some shots off with the Moonlight Blade, and then swap to the Pulse Blade, and then move in and then hit them with some slashes. It's real fun. Having a really good time with that. There's so much wacky shit you can do.
Oh, I believe it.
You can really make some fucked up shit. I just, last time I played, I just got some extremely fucked up missile launchers that I'm very excited to try out next time I hop in.
No, again, I just ran Balteus recently, and it's like, oh, wow, these songbirds can fuck people up. And to mix that up with, a fairly tame SMG, and then also the ability to just shoot fire at it,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I'm still part of the pre-patch Balteus club. I didn't realize that I was going to be a part of that club, but...
Welcome.
My jacket's coming in the mail. But no, it's... Yeah, just, it is a game that is difficult, but it is still rewarding you and learning how to do what it wants you to do.
I'll say there's only one boss I ran into the entire game that really felt like one of those very hard Soulsy bosses that's man, I'm really fucking banging my head at this for so long, and it's one that's much later into the game. And also in the patch, they nerfed that one as well, which I'm a little. I guess I'm glad I can wear a badge of honor on that one, but it's also man, other people should have to do this, not just me. I want them to suffer too. It's a good game.
It's great.
Yeah, I can't wait to start it.
Who's your favorite mech pilot?
One of them.
You haven't learned all of the names and personalities of the mech pilots yet?
I'll be real. For the last year now, anytime that I play a game on my PS5, my headphones are on with my monitor, and I'm listening to something else. Am I going to listen to the history of the Atlanta Falcons one more time? Because I have never actually absorbed those videos. You bet your ass I am.
I find Armored Core to be a decent podcast game, but it's usually when I'm replaying stuff.
No, again, as we talked about the top of this conversation where I'm finding out, oh no, this is a me with everything thing. Everything is a podcast game to me. This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
I find there's a lot of humanity in Armored Core, which is a very ironic statement.
The bits that I am, the bits that I am getting through is definitely you're a mercenary, you're a hire. There is always that aspect of you were just one in a sea of many. And ultimately,
the story really opens up. I'll say,
yeah. No, it is not a critique of what's there. More so realizing, this is gonna cook still, even if I am not fully receptive to it right now, because I'm watching Dracula Flow on repeat one more time.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of things that are like Souls, I've gotten in the
Speaking
Pinocchio
of things that got you moving different.
It's true, you do move you move very similar to how Souls games go, which is, I think, is part of why I like this game so much. I've been getting Pinocchio pilled once again. I've been visiting my dad, Geppetto. I've been hanging out with him. You better believe I'm Liza pilled. I like this game a lot. They've really man, there's the thing I'm struggling to talk about it, because the thing that works so well about this game is it understands the FromSoft Souls style of just gameplay in a way that every other Souls has been so bad at emulating. There's an aspect to it where you're just moving around and walking, and you're oh yeah, this is Dark Souls. You don't think about it any other way, and that's a testament to the quality of this game. Is they have painstakingly recreated that style of game to a T, and it's not simply it's not just that they were able to reproduce it so well, but they were able to do that while also creating something very unique as well. Because, obviously, the big gimmick of this game is that you are... Well, they don't say your name, but You are heavily implied to be Pinocchio from the story Pinocchio. There's a lot of Pinocchio-esque aspects to this. There are dialogue choices where you can or cannot choose to lie.
Well, also the big thing being that, rather than a wooden puppet, you are a robot, an automaton of sorts.
You're still a puppet. All the robots are called puppets. So don't worry, you're still a puppet. You're just not the hashtag wooden
of
boy.
course, but the shift a little bit to keep the the delineation.
There's some. I don't want to say
you yourself being a puppet that is so lifelike, so familiar to the to the humanity that is, getting really thrown around tonight of all nights.
Yeah, you do get tossed around like a little. Your twink ass do get obliterated, is the thing. No, I'm really enjoying Liza P.
Robots be dropping that ass on you from an egregious angle.
No, I God, what was I gonna say? I'm moving like Oppenheimer.
We're smoking. Oh God! Wait. We're smoking filtered gears. You stupid piece of shit.
I'll fucking kill you. So true.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'll fucking kill you, and then you hit your sword at him.
Yeah, it's true. You do hit your sword at them a lot. I feel like I made a mistake because I started. I picked the Path of the Bastard, which is the dexterity layout. And I have found like 4 dexterity weapons total, and I found a bunch of weapons so far. And the game does have a really interesting weapon combination system where you have handles and you have blades, and you can just swap the handles and blades all you want, and it changes the properties of the weapon. But like, there's still a level of optimization to it where it's like, okay, well, I have handles that work best as dexterity handles. I really shouldn't be using anything other than these. And also, the weapons that are the fastest are the ones that are the lightest weight. So I should be using the lightest weight blade, and it turns out the lightest weight blade with the best dexterity handle is just the starting rapier. So I haven't really moved away from that. Which is a little sad, because I would like to try new things. I have gotten other dexterity weapons. Like before we like started this pod, I did just get a weapon that is an umbrella. It is just an umbrella. I don't really, which is great. I like that, but it is just an umbrella.
I mean, it is cool when a game is able to, because of its systems, give you like the starter kit, and you can still like get through most of it pretty fine. Like that in itself, I think, is a good preaching of its design. Where you could definitely, there's the want for customization, and I can tell, if it feels limited based on optimization, there's some like disconnect there. But also, if I'm hearing, the starting weapon will get you like a good chunk of the game, that's pretty like, that isn't any way like telling me, this game is going to be easy. But more like, if you know your shit, it really doesn't matter what you've got.
It's a very Soul style of like weapon.
Very Bloodborne, it feels like, because I remember I used the whip cane at the beginning of Blood that you get right at the start of Bloodborne for the entirety of my first like 3 playthroughs.
It's a really good weapon.
Yeah, it fucking whipped.
Thunder Axe gets you very far. Like, if I'm gonna do anything else, it might just be the Kirk Hammer.
All 3 of those weapons are excellent.
Or the Holy Light Moon Sword. Like, they're the ones that I know.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, it never feels like, oh man, I need the immediate upgrade. It's more just, when are we gonna get to this? Because I like how this one feels.
Yeah. But you can really fuck with it too. Like, if you want, you can take that really light rapier handle and stick like the biggest, strongest blade you have on it, and then you'll just do a rapier moveset with like a big greatsword, and that's fun. It's not going to be as fast as just using a normal rapier, and it's going to be heavy, so you gotta like work your loadout around it. But you can do it if that's the way you want to play the game. And you know what? It'll work for you. I like that you can really there's a lot of flexibility there. I have another. I've been swapping out the rapier blade occasionally with like a saber blade, just because it's a little bit heavier, but it has more damage. So it's like it's not so much slower that it's like super different from just swinging the rapier around, and it does give me that extra little boost. But also, hey, the weight management in this game pretty important. There's a lot of things you want to pay a lot of attention to. There is like there's so much stuff in this game. So the obvious comparison I think people want to draw is Bloodborne, because it's set in that same like Victorian style old town, but it feels way more like a Dark Souls, while also doing the Sekiro thing of having your left arm being your toolkit thing. So you get a whole bunch of different like tools you can swap in your left arm. I just found one that was a gun that I can use in third-person aiming, which is fun. But the other one I've been using is just like a grappling hook that I can use to both pull people in and, if I want to, just whip over to someone.
See, that I do like. The idea that, like, because it feels like for many, like, Souls-likes, they stick to just, let's take the game wholesale and go through it. But to take multiple FromSoft ideas and to, like, piece them together in a way that feels interesting, that's cool. I like that. Because I forget, does this game also feature its own posture mechanic, or is it...
There is, yeah. There's a stamina break as well. It feels very different from the way both like Sekiro and Elden Ring and Bloodborne have worked it.
Yeah.
Especially because the way you you get like you deal enough damage to someone, their stagger window opens, and during that stagger window, you need to hit them with a fully charged heavy attack, and then they'll double over and you can hit them with like a special critical move, like a big stab or a riposte, and that can deal a whole bunch of damage. But it creates this really cool like risk reward element to it. Like, hey, this guy's stagger window is open, but it looks like he's about to do a really big fucking attack on me. Do I risk doing a big charged heavy attack so I can get that sweet critical hit or not? And when that works, it works so well. And when it fucks up, you're like, well, that was on me. that was all me for fucking that up.
I'll take this L. I'm gonna sit with it.
I'll take this P and I will walk away.
I'm not gonna lie. That was on me.
And the window feels generous enough that it's like you should be able to get that hit off if you time it right. But I've definitely had some times where it's like the stagger window is initiated while a boss is doing like one of their biggest like multi-hit moves that lasts for like a whole fucking minute. So it's like, that's kind of annoying. I just didn't have an opening to do that, and like the stagger window is mistimed. It does seem like after you open up that stagger window, you can get it back fairly quickly, but that's like, even so, that's a lot more work you need to put in if you're trying to pull that off. But, when you do it, it feels sick as hell, and that's what matters. I think that's what I really like about this game more than anything else is it's embracing like a sort of trashiness to it that I really appreciate, being a grim dark Pinocchio send up. But part of that is also, hey, let's not worry about needing to be too grounded, and when we want to, let the player just do things that are incredibly fucking sick. And I love that a lot. I think that's such a really smart ethos. It sticks really close to the Dark Souls formula in a way that really, really works for me, because there have been times where I'll just like completely forget I'm not playing a Dark Souls game. Like, I'm playing a Souls-like, obviously, but, you know, there is a difference to the way this game controls to something like Nioh. And I think Nioh and Nioh 2 are both extremely good games. And they're also obviously Souls-like. But they're fundamentally very different. And like, I don't ever when I'm playing Nioh, I don't ever like trick my brain into thinking I'm actually playing Dark Souls. And that's something Lies of P actually does extraordinarily well, which I think is sort of a testament to the quality of the game. There's aspects to it where it's like they have their own creative flourishes, but also they're hewing very close to the Souls formula, and I think it cuts a really good like middle ground between them. Like it's not so dedicated to being Dark Souls that it hinders other aspects of itself, but it's also recognizing what really works about those games. Like, here's the thing about other Souls-likes that I played is they'll avoid some of the trappings of Dark Souls games. Like, you often won't find levels that have like very limited what's the word? Very limited like space to move. Like the parts of Dark Souls games where there's a bunch of like rafters up at a very high up spot, and if you like fuck up walking in one direction or another, you'll just fall to your death and die. Or parts where there's just a giant ball rolling towards you. You're gonna get fucking squashed by a boulder if you don't navigate this correctly. And a lot of other Souls-likes I've played that are not, like, you know, Dark Souls. I'm gonna keep saying Dark Souls and Souls-like so much. I'm so sorry. But a lot of other, like, non-FromSoft Souls-likes that I've played often tend to avoid those things, because I think there is an understanding to them that there's a maybe sort of unfun friction if done poorly. And what I enjoy about Lies of P is that it totally recognizes what makes those areas of the Souls games work, and it fully embraces them. It doesn't shy away from doing the things that like people tend to joke about when it comes to like Dark Souls tropes. Like, I found multiple poison swamps in Lies of P, and they have their own unique take on poison swamps too. Like, you'd think a poison for a little robot boy that you're playing wouldn't actively hurt you, but no, let me tell you. They've like, turns out there are poisons you can feed to robots. One of them is just a like decay meter that fills up. There, it's like, you know, when that fills up, you're gonna take the poison damage, obviously. But the sort of thing, the thing you don't expect from that is it also lowers your weapon durability as well. Like, both of those meters are dropping like at the same time. And you can repair your weapons at any time because you can grind them on the gears under your robot arm, which is great. But it's another thing, like, if you're not paying attention to it, it can really fuck you up, because maybe you're stuck in like this pool of decay poison, and you're surrounded by enemies, and you're trying to take them all out at once, and then your weapon breaks, and you're like, oh shit, that's bad. There's not much you can do about that. It's really cool. I like that they're taking these concepts and doing like really unique twists on them. It's fun. I genuinely having a lot of fun with this game. I can't wait to jump back in, which has definitely put a damper on me trying to finish the New Game Plus stuff of Armored Core and playing any more Baldur's Gate. Which is sad, because I've gotten pretty far, and well, I'm still in Act 1 of Baldur's Gate, but I've gotten pretty far in the Underdark, okay?
Yeah.
I'm at Grimforge.
Nice.
I still gotta do more stuff down there, but I think as soon as I finish up there, I'll be done with Act 1, and I can just move on. Yeah. Hopefully.
Bro thinks he's gonna move on.
They're gonna unlock the third map of Act 1.
They're gonna show the underground city.
The other underground city.
Yeah.
No, Liza P rocks. Genuinely, if you're into Souls games, you should give this a look.
Yeah, it's definitely towards the top of my list of games I really want to actually start digging into finally.
Yeah. I feel like I would be Souls overwhelmed this year because, like, you know, I still played a bunch of Elden Ring at the start of the year because I was a fucker with it. And DLC is coming for that game eventually, most likely next year, probably at the earliest. But also, like, I played through Remnant 2, and I've done so much stuff in that game. I played through Armored Core 6, and it's like, you know, I think I would be pretty overwhelmed and tired of this type of game by now, but I'm not. And I think that really speaks to what works about Lies of P. It's cool. It's a good game. Lorelai, I really want to hear about Mortal Kombat.
All right. So Mortal Kombat is hard to get into. Like, because they've done a lot of interesting things with the fighting system this time, with the cameo fighter stuff. So you have sort of a tag, which you have like multiple different options of how to use them. To extend combos, or you can use a bar of super meter to give them a what's the word I'm thinking of? To give them my word brain isn't working. You can use a bar of super meter to use them as a breaker, things like that. It leads to, like, it's more fun than the last 3 Mortal Kombat games. Which felt the problem with their fighting system, and it still is kind of a problem, is they go through too much, like, because our characters have bones that are built inside their skeleton that are actually there. We can't do the cartoony stuff. You know, it's got to be realistic or whatever the fuck. It still has a bit of clunkiness with the animation, but the flow this time around feels a little bit better than it has in the last 3 games. Like, I went through the story mode because that's what it is, but like, because it's a Mortal Kombat game and they actually were the first ones to start caring about that, you know, and it's another one of those. It's definitely a Mortal Kombat story mode. But I think overall it is there's the story mode thing is what drives me crazy about the main game being so over the top with its gore, because the story mode goes through so many hoops to say, oh, in the Mortal Kombat tournament, people have never killed each other. No fighter has ever died in the tournament between Outworld and Earth in this new timeline. And it's like, it's still like incredibly grotesque with everything. So that still hasn't changed. But it leads to this dissonance between, like, all of the characters being like, yeah, we don't like to kill people, except for like, you know, your usual, like, super bad guys. But, like, for the most part, like, it loses something on that front. But yeah, the main reason I picked it up was a friend of mine gifted it to me, which is why I'm able to play it now. Because I've made it my goal to get good at a fighting game of this current, like, output of them. And this one, I can't see myself playing, like, competitively. Even though it's fun, it's definitely more fun than the last ones. But as a, like, single player package, it's okay. It's better than the last ones where, hey, if you wanted to unlock stuff, you just had to build out a character AI. So you looked that up on the internet, what the best way to build out a character was, so you could take them into the towers and unlock the skins. Now it's just like the more you play the game, the more you unlock, but it doesn't frickin' matter. So they took away that focus and they added a single player thing, which is like timed seasonal like sets of worlds that you go through and do fights with random variables, and you level up your characters. It's really weird. I do not know what it's trying to do, because it actually feels like there is less to do single player wise this time than previous games. But the online's pretty okay. And it's fun to play. But it's definitely towards the bottom of my list of fighting games I want to get good at, which is probably
Very
Street
fair.
Fighter 6 still.
Yeah, that's sort of maybe taken over as the predominant fighting game right now.
I mean, it's really fucking good. They came back and they made a really fucking good game.
Which one, Street Fighter 6?
Yeah, I'm very interested in, if it wasn't for the overwhelming amount of games, I probably would have like picked it up. I do have it downloaded from my roommate's library, but like I still haven't like started playing it.
You've got plenty of time. Like,
yeah,
I don't have time. That's the problem.
Well, no, what I mean is like once things start to settle out, because I assume next year will be less intensive of a gaming year.
You can't ever say that.
Yeah, I will
every
say
time.
it because no one will make anything cool unless Hades 2 comes out immediately.
I will from a fighting game perspective, because fighting game wise, you have Tekken and the Grand Blue Fantasy update coming next year, and that's about it so far.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for to fully decide which game I want to focus on. Because Tekken could be good. I regularly enjoy Tekken games. I played a shitload of 7 at the start. But like I was too obsessed with Guilty Gear Rev 2, which I still am. That's still my main fighting game, but I will, I've tried Strive. I like Strive a lot, and they've been updating it and making it significantly better. But it's still not where Rev 2 was for me. So it's towards the bottom. Street Fighter 6 is above that. And yeah, I'm just hoping a fighting game comes along that is going to be more than just I can play this for fun. But Mortal Kombat is like, I might start it up and do my weekly quests to unlock a skin, which are all easy to do, and then just not play it till the next week. Whereas Street Fighter, I still find myself logging on, playing a few matches every couple of days.
I gotta get back to it. I've had a few weeks off of it. I hit silver rank, and now it's like I'm starting to get sweaty about it.
But yeah, like I was hoping this would be like maybe something that topples Street Fighter, just because it feels weird having Street Fighter being my main fighting game right now.
I mean, when it just manages to be so good, especially after the way that 5 ended up like just sundowning itself.
Yeah.
It's the originator for a reason. And I don't know. From what I can tell, Mortal Kombat seems to be, wanting to be innovative and interesting all the same.
Yeah.
It really is like funny to think about how the level of violence that is like lauded for, specifically at the time of its original games, which are like much more cartoony and like is more the idea of like, oh, can we just put this on a arcade screen? And the answer is yes. And then now it is like fucking Terrifier 2 shit.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like it's less over the, I will say it is less over the top than like the previous games were. Like, it's still
you can imagine
gory.
they took the very public feedback of like, hey, maybe you shouldn't like make your employees watch fucking live leak stuff in order to get the brutality correct, you know?
Yeah, they like, it's still gory as hell. Like, it's still unpleasant to watch sometimes, but it's not like
It's not as deep in it.
Yeah, like, it's a lot more bodies burned to a crisp again.
Okay.
Which is funny. Like, the cameo fighters all have their original fatalities from the original games they showed up in, which is funny. Like,
yeah,
it is like significantly comedic, being like, hey, here's, you know, Scorpion just taking his mask off and burning a dude to a crisp with no like super excess, like mega gore compared. Like, it's still like, as I said, it's still unpleasant to look at because it's a Mortal Kombat game, but it's not as
yeah.
like, I don't know. I think it's I don't regret putting a bunch of hours in, which is nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
Are we ready to move on to some news? I know you have a bunch of games on yours, Lorelai, but I do want to.
Let me just say really quick. I do want to talk a little bit about Marvel Snap. Came out on PC, and I just started playing it. Like, in the last, like,
they made the layout very Hearthstone like, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, like, very, like, I genuinely, what's the word I'm thinking of? I love this game, and I've probably played way too much of it. Like, and I just started like 3 weeks ago. I was on my road trip, like, I need something to do. I downloaded it, I installed it. I appreciate that it isn't predatory as fuck with its monetization. Like, I haven't spent a penny, and I have all the meta decks available.
That's good.
And I usually unlock the new cards within days of when they come out. Because the way you get new cards is just you play you level up your cards as you get points for winning or losing. It's like, I don't know, it's really nice to have a game that goes, hey, you don't have to spend money. Like, even with the battle pass that they have that you can spend money on, the cards that come from that battle pass, you don't have to pay for. That's really nice. You pay for the extra stuff, like card backs, pretty much. Like, most of the important stuff is free, and that's really nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Baldur's Gate 3 rules. I have like 6 games that each have like 40 hours in them that are still in, like, and none of them is past Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
I love that game way too much. Okay, let's go on to news.
And we can move on to news. We've got, okay. So we had a Nintendo Direct, and we had a State of Play, and we have, I think, probably the biggest news story in games. I think we should probably start with what's going on with Unity, because this has been, this has been a real wild ride. And as Mab pointed out, they did pick an incredible day. We did pick an incredible day to record, because they just put out an apology. So basically, to summarize what happened as succinctly as I can, they are making a bunch of changes to their subscription plans, including the introduction of a runtime and download fee, which would be I believe the estimation is about 20 cents per download, and that would happen anytime anyone at all downloads your game. There is a threshold for most developers where you can have a bunch of downloads and it doesn't affect you at all. But as soon as that threshold is crossed, you will get charged retroactively for all of the downloads that you have had on your games. Which is really insane. There's sort of an understanding that they are trying to target games that are very big and make a lot of money. Like, they want to get a cut from Microsoft. They want to get a cut from Epic, and that sounds really insane. The idea that they would just say, okay, you guys owe us money now, and then expect major developers and publishers to just be like, okay, well, I guess I'll pay up. It's in your policy. You might as well. But the people it really hurts are the independent developers. Like, not only if you are an independent developer and you reach any kind of modicum of success with your game, you are going to face a whole bunch of extra fees that will just be completely unsustainable. A bunch of smaller indie devs popped up after this happened and were like, hey, if this happens, this will bankrupt us and we will not be able to make games anymore. Which is such a massive bummer that they would at all think that this was a good idea. And also there's the added layer that John Riccatello and a bunch of other people within Unity, just before they made this announcement, did sell off a bunch of their stock, which may or likely may not be insider trading. This entire thing is just a huge mess, and it's unbelievable that they thought they were going to get away with it. Just today, the day we're recording, September 17th, on this nice Sunday evening, they did publish an apology that says, "We have heard you. We apologize for the confusion and angst the runtime fee policies we've announced on Tuesday caused. We are listening, talking to our team members, community, customers, partners, and we'll be making changes to the policy. We will share an update in a couple of days. Thank you for your honest and critical feedback." Lorelai, as you pointed out before we recorded, many of their team members have in fact quit. So who knows who's left for them to talk to. It's good that they're making changes to this policy, because one, not only would it be bad for the people who make their games, it'd also be fundamentally very bad for them as well if they suddenly got into a whole bunch of legal trouble with a bunch of major developers. And also, like, who would pay them? But truly a very nutty situation all around.
I still find it funny that, like, the developers for Slay the Spire were like, we're making a public statement. We never do this. This is how bad you fucked up.
Yeah, the fucking Slay the Spire people of all people.
Where they're just like, hey, here's more to this game. As far as I can tell, they've just been working on the one game and adding more to it.
Well, yeah, that's
all they do.
Spire is, yeah. They have made the preeminent card-based roguelike, and they understand what they are. They are not trying to be anything different. They have not needed to make any kind of public statements about their game for as long as they've lived, and now they are finally speaking up against this. That's so unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anything else we've ever walked back, the most we've needed to fucking...
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they change. I mean, obviously, they shouldn't do this. They just fundamentally shouldn't do this, and saying that they are going to make changes to this policy is a start. But also, it's very easy to clown on them as well. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have fucking done this, you dumbasses. With, like, incredible, like, money hungry, like, greed, like, the fact that this even got announced at all seems like unbelievable. Like, that it got past so many different people to become an actual public statement that they ran and expected people would just be like, okay with. I mean, obviously they didn't expect people would be okay with it, because otherwise, allegedly, a bunch of people wouldn't have done insider trading. But I bet they didn't expect the backlash to be this big. Or who knows? Who knows? Unity loves to do things that tank their company.
I mean, is insider trading a thing where it's like specifically knowing about products that are being presented or like upcoming? Because I figure like, oh, getting the info on a move that a company is going to do and just deciding, hey, I'm going to not let this affect my own personal well-being. I don't know. I feel like that skirts a legal line, but also
you're not allowed to buy and sell stocks based on insider knowledge that you have.
Got you. I didn't know how broad that definition was.
Well, let's just do a quick aside and look up the legal definition of insider trading.
Hell no. All right,
trading
so
of a public
coming up
company,
next,
stock
we
or
have
other
the
securities,
the
such as
Nintendo
bonds
Direct
or
is
stock
happening.
options based on
And
material or non-public
when it comes to
information
a lot of what
company.
Nintendo's got coming out, it's really interesting to see some of this mix of new and old. That is a really curious thing to come out of this lifelong developer.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah,
you announced it. It's all you.
Yeah, so starting off, I mean, we got a remake of Mario versus Donkey Kong, which is remaking Donkey Kong 94, which is nuts. I know somewhere.
A remake / like pseudo sequel, because there's definitely elements to it that are completely new.
Right. See, I'm thinking specifically about and I need to remember if I'm getting my stuff correct, where there is the Game Boy Advance version of this that also had like
that's what they're remaking.
Yeah. That's right. It's the sequel to Donkey Kong 94, which introduces the mini Marios, which then took over the damn series, and that's all people remember by the end of it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems neat. I did like that game whenever I got a chance to try it. So, hey, it's a chance to just play some classic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, out of all of the Mario-related things in this Direct, I feel like this is the one that's going to get forgotten the quickest. But they're going to put out a Mario game, and I'm sure people will play it at some point.
The real heads are going to be around. That's what's up.
Of course, they're the ones. They're the ones that know this is the real one.
Exactly. What do we got next, Scott?
Splatoon 3 Wave 2 Side Order, an entirely extremely white DLC for Splatoon 3. We don't need to go through all of these, because I don't know how much how many opinions y'all have on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC.
No, but
I mean, those have ruled to the fact that they're still updating that fucking game.
This is supposedly the final update.
Yes.
The very last one, which does have Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Pauline, and Peachette, which is a real choice. Another Code remakes.
Yeah, that actually has me really excited. The first DS game I ever bought was Trace Memory and played through. So I've got a very emotional connection to those games, I guess. Mm-hmm. I really liked them, so I'm actually excited to play the second part, which I never have.
I remember these up in I remember these at least being shown off in the GameStop display areas. Never got a chance to play them, or you saw the sticker in a Smash Brothers Brawl. So I'm glad I'm in a position where I could actually see these and be like, "Oh, this will be neat." Yeah, and I could appreciate these.
They're neat.
It is interesting that they're taking the first game and doing it in the full 3D style of the Wii game.
Yeah.
It's dope. That's good for them. This is a cool, this is a very cool thing that they're putting out. They're hey, for all of you Spy X Family fans, they got Spy X Anya, Operation Memories, where you play as Anya and she goes around and she takes pictures.
So I'm
Pictures
actually
are cool.
I'm actually curious if this is like low key another like Millennium Kitchen title. I actually am curious who the developer is.
Well, it's Bandai Namco. I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like if this is somehow in the vein of I don't think it is, but if it's somehow in the vein of Boku no Natsuyasumi, that'd be neat.
I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that in depth.
It's got more mini games in it, and that's fine. Because this is a kid who's on crack.
Yep.
Like here's the thing. We call her Ufi. She's a fucking menace.
The Oompies are thriving.
She's a fucking menace. She needs to be stopped.
All three of the first three Tomb Raider PS1 games are being remastered and put out on Switch. Now, here the interesting thing is, I figured that like this would also be at the state of play too, considering Tomb Raider is a very PlayStation series.
Yeah.
But it did get, the license itself did get passed around. So
yeah,
I forget who owns it now. I believe
no, they own it
Embracer has
themselves because Square Enix sold them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I actually have no clue. I'm gonna look. Who owns Tomb Raider now? The franchise is currently owned by CDT Entertainment, which was formerly Eidos. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they...
Yeah, sure. Embracer Group purchased the intellectual property alongside Eidos in 2022. So yeah, they're owned by Embracer.
Wow, what a surprise.
Everything now. These look like dog shit. Like, I know, like, there's only so well you can, like, remake or remaster the first three Tomb Raider games. Holy shit, like, they look so bad. I really hate this, like, new art style that they've gone with, because it's, like, I don't really know how to explain it other than, like, I don't want to say it's AI, but there's a quality to it that feels AI-like in the way that they have, like, up-res these textures.
Yeah, it feels like AI
it's not even, like, it's not even that as much as, like, the textures are just all swapped out with something different. Like, it all looks really bad. Some stuff looks significantly worse than the original. I think, like, the model for Lara is fine, but, like, there's an aspect to it where it's, like, it's maintaining the polygons of, like, a very uneven environment in a way that makes it look so frustratingly bad. I really hate the way it looks. Also, those games are... I was about to say they're not fun, but I don't want to get anyone. I don't want to get in trouble with anyone who likes Tomb Raider. But they're wacky. They're interesting. They try things with third-person movement that other games in the PS1 era didn't.
Yeah,
I can say this about them because I have all of them on my shelf. Another WarioWare game.
Hell yes.
So, the sort of, like, sad thing about WarioWare is, like, each one tends to embrace the like unique features of the hardware that they're made with, so it makes them, like, very famously hard to port forward. And this one looks like it's no exception because it's using so many of the Switch features.
Yeah,
that I wonder if this is even going to be compatible with the rumored new Switch that's coming out.
Oh, it will.
I would assume so, but it's using a lot of, like, IR motion sensor stuff that, like, it's like nothing else on the Switch is even, like, embraced. So it's good to see something finally try something with this that looks fun. That other WarioWare game that was released, like, God, how long ago was it? There's one that was relatively new. It was like 2 years ago or something. That one still looked really fun.
For like what? WarioWare Gold?
Yeah, the other one on the Switch.
Oh,
Unless there's like multiple.
Maybe. I was thinking about the one on the Wii U.
No, there was one on the Switch very recently that like.
Was it a DIY? No, that's the DS one.
It was the one that had like a whole bunch of like references to other games in it. Like,
it was a whole lot of the classic. Like it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Get It
remake.
Together.
Yeah.
Get It Together. Yes, that seemed fun. It seems like they made that game, which I don't know how much stuff within. I don't know how much stuff with it actually uses a whole bunch of like unique Switch hardware, but I didn't get the sense that it did. And then they went and made this one that is pretty much all IR motion tracking stuff.
I mean, like, it sort of being this weird successor to then, like, Smooth Moves, you know?
Yeah.
Which, again, I get in that level where, if we have a motion-based console, this is a game that at least, like, highlights the way that this console does that so well. And, I mean, ultimately, it's a series where you can have something like this, put it on a, like, once-in-a-time thing, and it's not going to cost you that much ultimately. So I get it where it's going to be limited to this console, or have to have some weird facsimile to get a lot of the product together outside of the console, but this is all going to be a fun one. You get to look like you lay an egg.
I know you're gonna appreciate this one, Lorelai. Euden Chronicle has a release date.
Yep, we got a release
April
date.
23rd.
And a trailer that showed a lot more than we have in the past. And I already filled out my survey for which physical copy I want. And I'm very excited. Oh, it looks so good. Oh,
which one are you getting?
It looks so fucking good. Like, just, oh god, you're building up your base, and oh god, it feels so Suikoden. I love it so much. I need it now.
Which version are you getting?
I'm getting PC, but I will probably buy every single one of them because I am trash.
Another new this, I don't even know what to even call this. A Unicorn Overlord. Seemingly a very tactical style game. Seeing people call it like a tactical RPG, but it looks more like it's trying to be something of like an, I don't want to say ogre battle, but more of like a strategy game sort of thing.
It felt more ogre battle in the look too.
Yeah. Which is cool, because I think it's interesting to take the ogre battle sort of format and try something unique with it. I don't know. It just looks like more of a strategy game than an actual tactical RPG. I don't know how interested in it I am, but it does look okay.
It's a new Vanillaware title, so I'm at least
it's
curious
a
about
game.
it.
Yeah, like I would definitely try it if it was put in front of me. See if I liked it.
I saw it immediately. I was like, "Oh, I like Chronicles of the Sword."
Guess what? F-Zero fans, you've been waiting for the next F-Zero title, and it's out now. It's F-Zero 99, a 99-player Battle Royale version of the original Super Nintendo F-Zero.
I'm going to say it. This game fucking rules. If you haven't played yet, it is hysterical. You could just explode right on startup because you're bouncing into so many people sometimes. It is so fucking funny.
Play it now.
I haven't tried it yet, but it does look fun.
Play it now before it gets like...
Yeah, play it now before it gets nuked.
Yeah, before it just weirdly drops off the market in like end of 2024.
I don't know.
No, January 24. I'm sorry, I'm giving that too much credit. No, before March.
These games tend to have a relatively long tail to them before Nintendo shuts them down, which is a little sad because I don't know why you would, but sure, whatever.
Yeah, especially Tetris 99. That game ruled.
Yeah, Tetris 99 was really cool, and now you just can't play it anymore. It's a real bummer. Like, the fact that they have a shelf life to them makes me not want to get invested in them ever. Like, I never tried that, like, Mario Battle Royale, even though fundamentally as a concept, that sounds like something that would be very fun to me. But I just was like, well, I know if I try this, I'm never gonna be able to play it again, so I don't know, it's a bummer. Whatever, it looks fun. You should try it while you can.
Yep.
This one's for the girlies. Princess Peach is back. She's got her own game. The last Princess Peach title was the GBA game. Am I right?
DS
there wasn't. It was a DS game. Okay, yeah.
Yes, because you tapped on the screen to access your emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, very famously, Princess Peach used all of her emotions. And it feels like they had a really, like, girls get it done mentality to this Princess Peach game. We're now instead of the weirdly misogynist take on what would a girl character use? Oh, it's all of her emotions, obviously. They've gone the opposite direction and they have said, well, they always be shopping and putting on clothes, so and now she can pick up a sword. There's a sword fighter outfit. That was the first one they showed. And that's so smart. It's so genius to give Princess Peach a sword. She deserves to have a weapon. That's one of the things the Mario movie did get right. For as bland as that movie is they did give her a halberd at one point. And you know what? She should have a halberd. She should have weapons. They should give her a tactical RPG. Make her recruit a whole bunch of Goombas that she needs to send into battle to die for her.
All the motherfuckers
those
that were
are
saying...
rabbits.
Well, that's okay. Mario X Rabbids is not a Princess Peach game, okay?
All those motherfuckers that were out here saying, "Oh, she's gonna fight Girl Balin." Fake fans. She's fighting Girl Lance.
Exactly.
It's like y'all didn't even know anything about this game.
I'm like preemptively getting myself disappointed in this game.
It's gonna be fine. Like I'm not expecting this.
Let me say, like, I'm getting myself preemptively disappointed just in the sense of like they have like partitioned off, just evident by this trailer, they have partitioned off all of the upgrades by level. So instead of doing the sort of thing where if you wanted to, you could switch to Sword Peach wherever you want, you're going to have a Sword Peach level, and it's probably not going to be very long.
Yeah.
And that's the part of it where it's like, man, I should do a Sword Peach video
I mean, that
game,
could be the case, but it could also be the case that it is a bit like Kirby, where you can just situationally, there are like 4 or 5 of them in each level, and you can get through. Like, once you get past the initial level, you probably can start going back and doing them with other suits. I would
love to be proven wrong. I would love for this to be like a more modular game that gives you a whole bunch of different upgrades, and you get to like pick what you use to get through situations. Or like there's puzzles in certain levels that you need to like use a certain transformation to do. Similar to Balan Wonderworld.
I will be happy at the very least if it's the fact that this is just a fun game that actually highlights Princess Peach, and it's just like, hey, you did the thing that has been 30 years in the making, or that we teased through, stuff like, say, the 1,000-Year Door.
She can also just do fist fighting, which is great.
Yeah, she can do parries. She can do Evo Moment 37.
I'm sure she will. She can also bake cake.
Well, yeah, anyone can do that. They're a patissier. That's a high-level skill.
You can also be a detective.
She's in the freaking Bear.
I don't know. The fact that like the baking and the detective ones seem so specific to the levels that they're in really leans this more to like, a level per level kind of thing than a direct power up thing.
Yeah.
Which is,
if anything, I'm at least curious, like, okay, how many of these scenarios have you concocted?
Yeah,
if it's
I would love to see the variety here. I'm not seeing this in the thing, but they showed off more Mario RPG. Which we're so back. So fucking stoked for that game. I watched that trailer and I was like ready to cry.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love Mario RPG so much. I'm like, man, it really feels like they did right by it. It does seem like they're adding new mechanics and stuff, which is fine. I am not fundamentally against that. What I'm really interested in is if they like rebalance the characters a little more, because part of that game is once you get the other party members, Mallow just becomes completely useless and you just never use him again, because he's sort of like a physical magic mix with like some healing thrown in there, and he's not great at any of those things. He's just kind of okay. And the fact that he is so split between those things makes him useless compared to the other characters that are way more specialized. Like Gino's a really great damage dealer. Bowser also can take a lot of hits and also does damage.
I'm sorry, who's a good damage dealer?
Gino. Sorry.
Gano.
Whoa.
Sorry. Maverick.
That took me back a minute.
Why?
I've never heard it said like that.
You never heard Gino?
No.
I don't know. That's like I don't know. That's how I always pronounced it in my head growing up. I know it's not correct.
Geno, like some Geno salami.
Geno. No, you can get the hell out of here.
Oh, I can get out of here. Wow.
Geno is just incorrect.
But Geno isn't.
It's the lady that played Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, everyone's favorite.
Fucking.
This game is sponsored by the IDF.
They did add the ability to replay boss fights as well, and they're going to be more challenging, which is cool.
So here's my question.
More post-game stuff is what that game needs.
Here's my question. They showed off the door.
Uh-huh.
Is it actually going to be, or is that going to be where you do the boss fights again?
No, you at the boss, you just go and walk up to the guys.
Go back to the boss fight? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's still going to be QLEX, or is it going to be like, are they going to have Sephiroth in there?
Yeah, they're going to finally add Sephiroth to the game, which is what everyone's been asking for.
Yep.
And then finally, of course, as Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, the remake. I shouldn't be shocked at how good this game looks. But like, yeah, it turns out all of those designs are really, really good. And when you just blow them up to a higher resolution, they still work. This looks great. I've never played Paper Mario. I know in the Mario Luigi games are the like spiritual successors to Mario RPG. But I never Paper Mario was just something I never played when I grew up. I am interested in playing this though. What do y'all think?
I'm some of the things I've read about it make me kind of oh no, that could be bad. It apparently runs at 30 FPS, and in a game where your button press timing has an already small window.
The trailer appears to be in 60.
Yeah. Well, I mean, an analysis that's out there.
No, it does look 30ish. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, is like that would be.
I mean, I think it'll be fine. I don't know if the button press stuff in that game is so intense that you need the extra frames, but also I haven't played it, so I'm talking out of my ass.
I wish they could have told me so that I could have sold my copy beforehand.
You wanted to do insider trading of your own.
I wanted to do a little insider trading of my own. Just feel like, hey, this copy is like actually $999,000, and then I go and I detonate every other copy. I mass produce and I fabricate scarcity so that I can just basically live my life of being a millionaire, and then finally, I can undermine everybody else that I know and just live for myself and become a hyper-capitalist. I can finally own meta.
Yeah, and I'm sure like this existing will definitely devalue the original as well, obviously. Not the fact that, a bunch of old games, like even sort of post-scarcity, are still highly valued because people just want to own them.
Yeah.
It's not that the Dolphin emulator is pretty easily accessible or anything.
I will say there is one thing I do actually worry about. Are they going to untrans the ghost?
Probably not. I mean, who knows? It's Nintendo, but like, I can't imagine that they would do that.
Even in the original like chapter that Vivian gets introduced, there's nothing that really like. Well, I feel if I remember correctly, they do just kind of go through it where it's like, yeah, this is Vivian, Vivian. I feel like they highlight less like the parts for someone to be like, oh, what's going on, and more just like, yeah, nah, just she's her.
Oh, I know, I know, but I also know people.
I just can't imagine like them walking that back, like considering how long it has been like established Nintendo canon.
It'd also, I feel like it'd somehow be even more of a fire for them to be like, here's our good pal Vivian, who we had, like, I feel like trying to go some other direction somehow.
Here's our pal Vivian, who is cis.
Yeah. Or like, here's our good pal Vivian, who loves to dress as a woman.
God.
Like, any way you cut it, it's going to lend itself to a aspect of queer representation, and so... Especially if there are anyone that was going to like galvanize about it originally, like granted more people are cracked in the head nowadays, but it feels like it would take leaps and bounds for them to really like do something about that. That again, if it wasn't really an issue in the original like context of the Japanese game, I'd be hard pressed to see what they would have to do, like, going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Birdo's around. Birdo's hanging out. She's having a good time.
Yeah, we love Birdo. Ready to move on to the Stato play? We got that kitty shit Nintendo out of the way. Now we're back to the shit for real gamers. This is the shit for the adults. They started off the State of Play with a game called Baby Steps, which looks, you initially look at it and you're like, huh, someone went and gave Bennett Foddy a real budget, and then you watch that trailer, and then Bennett Foddy just shows up, and you're like, oh, someone really did give Bennett Foddy a real budget.
Yep,
which is great. Like, that is sick. I really appreciate this game just from the trailer itself. I love how huge this guy's ass is. Like, they really just went out of their way to make sure he had a fucking dumper, which it really improves the comedy of this.
Just big dumpy action.
Mm-hmm. It looks really good. Genuinely very interested in playing that as a dude. Even if I don't like Bennett Foddy's games, I at least appreciate them artistically.
Yeah.
There was a Ghostbusters thing.
Yeah, VR baby.
VR Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Now, Separate Ways finally for Resident Evil 4 remake. The Ada side story is coming. It'll be interesting to see what that looks like and what changes they make to it, especially because, like, there's two different Ada side stories in Resident Evil 4. And I can imagine you'd probably want to combine them in some way because they both have some story elements to it. Assignment Ada being obviously less story heavy than Separate Ways, but it would be cool to see what elements of that they keep and they change, because Resident Evil 4 definitely, the remake definitely takes a whole bunch of liberties anyways. Gonna be cool. Definitely gonna be an interesting thing to jump back into with Resident Evil 4 remake. Also, they announced the VR mode for it.
Yep.
Oh, boy. James Cameron's Avatar is coming to gaming with Avatar Frontiers of Pandora.
Finally, we have some fucking peak. Oh my god.
God, I am so happy to see this. I've just always loved James Cameron's fetch.
This James Cameron got me crying, pissing, shit, and blasting rope.
It will be nice after the years of seeing Pandora on the screen, finally being able to live Pandora as I've always wanted to. I always wanted to become. I've always wanted to become a Na'vi. I've always wanted to embrace Awa. I see you. And I think this is going to be really. I think this is really going to be the first real Avatar game that finally captures the Na'vi spirit.
I have always wanted to Ubisoft Pandora.
There was that like Avatar game, I think for the 360, that's just like you go on the Avatar planet as one of the Marines, and you're just shooting a bunch of wolves, and that's the game. It's so weird. There's a sequel to Ghost Runner for the Ghost Runner heads. Are y'all familiar with Ghost Runner?
I'm aware.
Yeah, it's a game where you run through stuff real fast. It's dope. It's a cool game. They made a second one. Kind of never really expected a second one of those to come out, but sure. Yeah, Ghost Runner 2. That's coming.
Yep.
Now, Helldivers 2. Have either of y'all played Helldivers?
Helldivers ruled.
Helldivers does rule. Helldivers 2, now, it's very interesting because Helldivers is a top-down co-op game. A very, the shooter version of the game Magicka. Made by the same people. And it's interesting because I think the logical conclusion, if you are the Helldivers people and you really want to make a real change to Helldivers and try something completely different, is you probably want to shift it into a third-person game, which is what Helldivers 2 is. It's that same kind of co-op experience, just brought to an entirely different dimension. But now you have taken a game that is very interesting in its presentation with Helldivers, this really cool top-down co-op shooting game, and you have just essentially made it into the same game every other game is now, which is a third-person co-op shooter. There's elements to it that still seem really interesting in the Helldivers way. Like if you have a big gun that takes really heavy ammo, you can't reload it yourself. You need a teammate to run up and reload that big bazooka for you. That's cool. Stuff like that I really like. It would be really interesting to see what other elements of Helldivers translate into this to make it a more unique experience. But it really does look like they just made a dang third-person shooter. And that's kind of disappointing in itself that you took such an interesting property and made it so much like everything else. I don't know. It's definitely something I'm interested in trying just because I liked Helldivers so much, but it feels like it's going to be harder to find friends who are interested in this than the original Helldivers. I don't know. It looks cool. I do want to play it, but we'll see. Spider-Man 2. We got New York. They added a whole other borough.
2 other boroughs.
2 other boroughs.
God, this fucking guy.
I don't live in New York.
Yeah, you don't, and it shows.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave.
All right, see ya. So here at Spider-Man 2, we have the expansion of Brooklyn and Queens. And of course, this is going to be a truncated look at it, but it's still, good to actually have this around. It's funny. I'm sure people are going to be like, there's no way these houses exist in Queens. Queens is a very suburban fucking location when you get further up. Sure, you got shit like Flushing, but motherfucker, there are houses up there. There are houses in Brooklyn. God, you ever hit up Kensington? It is like you get transported to a northeast neighborhood, and it is frightening for a minute. You forget where you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked the first Spider-Man that Insomniac put out. I get that it is very much a continuation of the Arkham Asylum style of action beat 'em up, but for me at least, it is a system I don't hate, especially because I haven't interacted with it much outside of like when I played Arkham. And when I say when I played Arkham, I mean that time I tried it out when my local GameStop had it on as like their demo, but the PS3, like that generation of games stopped having like demo discs, so they just had the game out on display. And I was just getting really close to actually beating it, and they had to be like, "Hey kid, please don't do this. Come on. You're playing the game for free. Please don't do this." They had to like kick me out. Or they'd be like, go away. And I'm like, all right, whatever, man.
Major features in this is you will play as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales, and you'll be able to switch between them. They have gliders now, which
I love gliders.
They do have the web gliders. I remember there being web gliders in Spider-Man, so I'm not too precious about it. But it is the kind of thing where it's like the Spider-Man games. Fundamentally, the interesting thing about them has been like how to web sling, especially in areas where there's not a lot of clearance to web sling. And it seems like their solution was, let's just add a glider to it, which is like a very open world thing to do, you know?
I mean, the other way I was getting past that was just wall running, so...
Yeah.
Which would still be pretty good.
Yeah, and you can still do it. It's like, I get it. It makes sense in the like mechanical continuity that's here.
Yeah, I just like when games have their own like unique mechanical identity, and seeing them get homogenized is kind of like I wish there was like a more unique solution to this. But you know, they're making a big budget open world game, so whatever. Not that upset about it. They also added proper fast travel, which the way you fast traveled before was you went to the subway and then you fast traveled out to another subway, and then you got like a quick little animation of Spider-Man on the subway, which a lot of people were like, hey, that's a like cool little funny thing. And they just kind of like, you know, they removed that like interesting diegetic way of including fast travel in favor of a more fluid, just picking where you want on a map and going there, which that kind of bums me out too a bit. But they're also making a game where you can switch between two people on the fly, so makes sense that they would do something like that, because I imagine that would add a whole bunch of extra tedium to that. Whatever. They're trying to make the open world Spider-Man game. I understand. Yeah. I'm not gonna get all like this isn't as pure as the other Spider-Man games.
As the other open world games.
There are a lot of them. That's a rich genre of Spider-Man games. They range from between generations. They start on like the PlayStation 2. There's so many of them.
Maximum Carnage.
Yeah. It's, you know, it sure do look like a big budget Spider-Man game for the PlayStation.
Hell yeah.
There's Tales of Arise DLC, Beyond the Dawn.
Next.
Get it while it lasts.
Like,
November 9th is when it drops. That's soon.
The battle system in Arise is really good.
I'm still asking for a modder out there. Put the Arise battle system into Berseria. That's a game of a generation.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's something modern.
But like the biggest Arise's story makes me like hearing the director or whoever it is like doing interviews talking about how it's like the best of their game story they've ever done, and like the most intricate, and or the most expanded, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Other Tales games you get halfway through and you think you saw the ending, and then there's like another game. This one is like, hey, here's your game, it's over now. God, I really like Arise, but god damn it.
Again, we literally had Berseria before this, and me playing it the first time, I'm like, damn, this is peak.
Next up, the game everyone's been waiting on it from Sony. The first person unique exclusive. The one I think as soon as all of us heard about it like so long ago, we're just like, yes, this is what we need. This is what we have always wanted. Finally, this is the thing that we're going to be able to experience. And it's Foam Stars, which is the foam version of Splatoon coming to the PlayStation 5. I don't want to say it's Splatoon because whatever, it's their own thing. It's their own unique thing, but it looks a lot like Splatoon. You put foam down and then you can you can glide in the foam. That's your color. There's a whole bunch of. Here's the thing that's different from Splatoon is this game's got heroes. You can play as different heroes that have different abilities. So look forward to Foam Stars. They got an open beta that's happening between September 29th and October 1st. That is short.
Mm-hmm.
That is so short. I guess they really got to limit the Foam Stars experience. So far, I haven't gone searching for it obviously yet, but so far I have not seen any interesting drawings of that one Foam Stars girl.
I think you gotta wait for it to really like come out. Now, granted, I did hear Solon say that he got to play it while at PAX, and wasn't like negative about it. So
yeah,
like that's the thing. If this lends itself to at least more like developers, because like Square Enix
more
deciding,
Splatoon likes.
I mean, that's still going to be a difference to what is out there right now for like the genre of team-based shooters.
I guess.
I mean, no, seriously, fundamentally just saying, hey, what if you focused on like, the amount of territory you claim in a like battle arena versus just getting the most like kills. It changes the dynamic on how you think about, being competitive against your team.
It changes the way you do PvP.
Yeah. Like, it. Again, I'm not going to be sour on this just for the sake of it being like, oh man, it's not Splatoon. Like, I would love more things to just exist and be able to like find their space, because the world of competitive games as services sucks. Mm-hmm. And like the harsh reality is that this is probably going to get shuttered in a year.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Because it's a Sony joint, it might have longer legs to it.
It's developed by Square Enix, so it's got less of a shelf life.
Oh, fair.
Like, listen, Babylon's Fall cut them deep.
Well, Babylon's Fall sucked, and people hated it.
So wait, am I also thinking about... Man, all of these fucking games get bleeded together based on, like, who did what. Because then, okay.
Square released, like, so many games as a service games in the last, like, couple of years. It's been nuts.
Yeah, Babylon's Fall was made by Platinum and then published by Square, but that still cost Square most of the money.
Now, I did search, her name is Soa, S-O-A. I did search Soa Foam Stars on Twitter, and I only saw one piece of fan art. Not like one horny image, just a single drawing that someone did. Which is, I think, pretty sad for the state of Foam Stars in terms of, like, if you're trying to get that.
You gotta let people play the game first.
Well, no, what they have to do is they have to release the models out so that the source filmmaker people can get their hands on them. And then the game is going to take off. Guaranteed. And then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, whatever. Bro, Final Fantasy VII. I couldn't even joke about it anymore. Fucking Final Fantasy VII is so... we're so back.
Who care?
Fuck you. I will kill you.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
I'll fucking kill you. No, bro, Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm crying. No, I I genuinely got really emotional watching this. Like seeing all the little parts, seeing Cloud walk in the uniform, knowing like, oh shit, dude, they're gonna do a mini game where you have to do all the motions. Oh fuck, that's so sick. Just Cloud riding all around on a little Segway. Fucking everyone's got team up attacks now. It seems like it's hewing pretty close to the story, at least in the things they've shown. The only part about it that I was sort of like, oh man, oh beans about was like, there's a part. So in the original FF7, there is a part right after Midgar where Cloud tells the whole gang about Sephiroth, like who he is. They do a whole big flashback sequence. And during that flashback sequence, you are level 1 and Sephiroth is level 50. And you are fighting enemies that are around Sephiroth's power level. So during those sequences, you as Cloud get glassed, and then Sephiroth, who is just fully automatically controlled, is glassing everyone else. And it's this really cool sequence of like, oh yeah, this is really highlighting the power disparity between Cloud and Sephiroth in a way that is like really, really neat from a gameplay perspective, even though all you're really doing is just like walking around because, you know, Sephiroth is the one doing all the fighting, but you get to see like his strength firsthand. It's neat. And in this version of it, it seems like when they do that flashback sequence, there's going to be less of a power disparity because they start it off, like one of the things they show from it is Sephiroth and Cloud doing a big team up attack together, which if you're going by the canon of the original game, that would never happen. Cloud would just be doing the fucking like, he'd be doing the Family Guy death pose on the ground the entire time while Sephiroth is doing fighting. Which makes sense. It's an action game. Like, players are probably going to be a little annoyed if they just get killed and they're just watching an AI-controlled character do all of the fighting. So I understand why they would want to make that part more active. But, like, in my ideal Final Fantasy VII Remake world, that is entirely a sequence where Cloud is just dead on the ground the entire time. But, yeah, they showed so much shit that it's all here. Keiichi, he's Irish again. They brought him back. He's just like from Dirge of Cerberus, he's got that Irish accent. It's great. He's in the game. They showed Vincent. The only character they haven't shown yet is Sid, which I'm sure there's speculation that he's probably not going to show up until later. Because he's like the last party member that you get. So who knows whether or not he'll be in this game, if this really is like a big trilogy.
I've seen people trying to figure out where this game cuts off. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't beat Final Fantasy VII, so I don't know what anything is. But
there's so much game in this.
But that is to say that people are speculating that the third game in this, and if it is the end of this trilogy, you might be starting off with a, snowboarding sequence.
Yeah,
and if that happens,
true.
then I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like that's gonna be peak. Like that'll be it. It's over. Video games are done collectively.
Yeah, the sort of speculation is that story-wise, it's probably gonna stop off roughly around the point where Aerith, where something happens or may or may not happen to Aerith.
Yeah.
But there's
Aerith has to go ahead and fill out all of the tax papers that everyone forgot to fill out. So the rest of the game, she has to just go back to Midgar and be like, "Hey guys, sorry, I gotta just make sure that
I got
your
a lot
taxes
of work
are
to
set.
do, guys. I can't. My vacation hours are over.
My vacation hours are over, but also I got to keep all the materia because that's a liability. I need to make sure I have it with me. Sorry, I'm just gonna take a quick sub through the live stream, but it's gonna take me out for the rest of the game, so peace out."
They show so much stuff off in this. They show off the car that you get, which is great. They show off the different chocobos that you can get. The black chocobo just walks straight up a mountain. It looks like this is going to be maybe not like open world, but definitely like big open sections. The blue chocobos fly. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's doing all of the Final Fantasy VII stuff. I'm so excited. Genuinely, like, just watching this entire trailer, I just had the biggest, goofiest smile on my face. Because they're doing all of it. And it all looks so cool. Man, Final Fantasy VII, they're fucking back, dude. They're gonna... I'm watching the trailer again now.
They're doing another, like, they're doing another ball segment. Cloud's gonna dance again.
Yeah. They brought back the character from that, which is great. They shut off the mini games from the gold saucer. It's like, oh man.
Cloud
it's
on
so
Segway.
Cool. Yep, we got Cloud on Segway.
Just saying it now, if that's not in like any of the featured image, like that's gonna be a issue on our hand.
Oh no, that is the podcast image. And then it looks like they're gonna be doing more, just story wise, it looks like they're gonna be doing more like dimensional convergence stuff. That seems like what you can infer from the story of this is that like the multiple instances of the I don't want to like jump too much into theory crafting, but it seems like the sort of multiple instances or the multiple timelines of the sort of Final Fantasy VII universe are sort of converging. It seems interesting, at least. I really didn't like the ending of the original FF7 remake, but I'm at least very willing to go with them to see what they do with it. Any more thoughts on Final Fantasy?
Nope. I'm just excited for a more focused trip through that game.
You famously are not a big Final Fantasy person, as I understand. You're a Baldur Gates 3 streamer.
I am a big Final Fantasy nerd. I just think Final Fantasy VII, as soon as you leave Midgar, is bad.
Well, you're wrong, and let's move on.
I just want us to be happy. God,
there are two good moments. There's like
they are servicing me. It's a great game.
It's my fault, isn't it? It's my fault that we're having this fight. I get it. I know. You just tell me it's my fault.
Let's move on to questions. If you want a question,
I don't like Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy. I'm always going to be a Trails head for life.
I mean, to be fair, Trails rules.
That's right.
There is a like Dragon Quest like Game Boy game like at the
oh my god, I totally fucking forgot. So
it's fucking Dragon Warrior 2, and I keep thinking, I mean, I should buy that, but I just haven't.
Okay, no, but fuck all of what we just said before. Actually, so as always, the Japanese Direct, Nintendo Direct, always has more stuff that they don't show off for the English Nintendo Direct. Yeah. One of which sequel to Crayon Shinchan Boku no Natsuyasumi, which has you in like a fucking like dream city or something. I don't fucking know. Gonna be great. But also, a game is in development.
Shinchan game was really good.
The first one was a lot of fun. I'm getting through it little by little, you know. But Onion Games, the developers of Moon Remix RPG, are putting out a new game.
That's right.
Stray Children.
A new Moon game.
Stray Children is coming out. It is announced for worldwide release, so there will be a translated version. It's just, we know it's in development, and it's going to be a bit before it's like all out, but it's going to be good. I still need to play Moon, honestly.
It's a cool-ass game.
It's really cool. No, see, like, knowing, like, the pieces that like Love Delic has like, you know, scattered about between that, Tulip, all these other games that are like off the beaten path. It rules.
And I will say there is one other piece of news to come out this week that I do want to talk about a tiny bit, which is the stuff around Bill Willingham and Fables. Like, Bill Willingham is a right-wing conservative nutjob who just did the most left-wing thing imaginable.
Right.
Which is he actually can do it because his contract, like, he can't make Fables stuff anywhere but DC. but he has made the Fables license public domain. All the characters that he created for it, and it's mostly because he's pissed off about some legitimate things, which is he wasn't getting residuals and stuff, or like being able to look at the writing of The Wolf Among Us and things like that. Which legitimate complaints. He also wanted to send the press release to just right-wing conservative nutjob YouTubes. So he still sucks. But he did do the right, like, he did do something weirdly leftist, just like to say, fuck you, I guess everything I created is public domain now. People can do whatever they want with Big B and all them.
But also, apparently, it may not be, like, fully like, he hasn't, like, whatever way it was said, it was like, you know, people can do what they want to, but it sounds like he might have just been saying shit.
No,
but also
he can do that. It is in his contract. That it is in the creation contract for Fables. But he himself can't do stuff unless it's with DC.
Oh, okay.
Because he signed he has a relatively shitty deal.
Now, I'm glad you brought this up because we do have questions. And if you want to send us a question, you can send it to gamesline.tumblr.com/ask. And Telebuster did ask, as us, Gamesline, we are now the new legal owners of Big B Wolf, the lead character of The Wolf Among Us. What would you like him to say that would be 100% canonical to the Fables universe?
I'm moving different. Straight fundamentals, in and outside the court. No funny business.
Man, it's nice to not be written by a TERF.
The Zaza got me speaking Esperanto. I'm biting the fart bubbles in the bathtub.
He would do that. He is a wolf.
I pushed the camel through the eye of the needle. I've been pushing brakes for Mansa Musa before y'all were even a Type 1 civilization. I'll fucking kill you, you piece of shit.
He would say that too.
I'm gonna fucking tie you to a bedpost and sew your asshole shut and keep feeding you. And feeding you. And feeding you. Torture, motherfucker. Torture.
God. Chanel Optics got me seeing shit. I would just put, like, dude, Dracula Flow has altered my brain. It's gonna be like that for a while.
I understand.
Yes, no. I'm him. I've been him, and I'll continue to be him.
Do you think he would choke someone out with Givenchy gloves?
Yeah. I could see it. The last thing they see is the price tag.
Would see is the price tag.
Fade into the darkness and let the archangels take him. This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
Anonymous asks, after Metroid Prime, Pikmin 1+2, and the 1,000-Year Door, what other GameCube games would you like to see brought to Nintendo Switch?
Beautiful Joe. Like, number one.
Yeah, for sure.
That was literally going to be my answer.
They should put Twin Snakes on the Switch.
I would also be down for, like, original Chibi Robo.
Oh,
fuck all the other Metal Gear games. Just put Twin Snakes on the Switch. I think that would be very funny.
God.
Do that in the... That's what... in the Switch-only version of the remakes, Twin Snakes replaces MGS1.
Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure people would be like, no, give me the Dreamcast version or whatever.
Not Skies of Arcadia Legends. Fuck that. Just give me regular-ass Skies of Arcadia so I don't have to fucking use my Tamagotchi-ass bullshit.
Hey, you know what'd be great? You know what'd be great on the Nintendo Switch? Wind Waker. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be wild, huh? If Wind Waker was on the Switch? Huh? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that idea so buck wild?
Put Ultimate Destruction on the Switch.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to see what else would be like. Oh, that old Zatch Bell game? Oh, that'd be...
Ooh.
Like, I want the weird shit.
Yeah.
All the Mario parties, that could be like its own little thing, I guess.
Gladiator.
Mega Man X Command Mission.
Did anyone ever play I think it was called Gladiator. It was a fucking Fire Emblem style frickin' strategy RPG where you controlled gladiators.
Hey, Nintendo, I'm looking directly at you. Nintendo? Square Enix? Hey, you should remake Crystal Chronicles, but do it good this time.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And then I'm doing a mic drop, but I'm not holding a mic. Hold on, wait, I have a mic over here. Give me 1 second. Grab it. Okay, I got a mic in hand. Okay, I'm holding it. Ready? Damn.
Did Odama ever get like a post GameCube release?
Obama was on the GameCube?
Yes. Odama, the game by the Seaman creator.
Oh.
Was Obama on the GameCube? It's a really good question. Games featuring Barack Obama.
Oh, you can do project number 3.
If you search games featuring Barack Obama games, the first thing that shows up is the giant bomb page for Barack Obama games. Let's see, what is he in? He's in Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn.
Ooh.
He's in Family Guy: The Quest for Stuff. He's in South Park: Stick of Truth. He's in Scribblenauts?
Mm-hmm.
What?
If you write down president, I'm sure like that's the default for president.
It's pretty good. NBA Jam on Fire Edition, he's in that. He's in Madden NFL 12. I wonder what his stats are. He's in Dungeon Defenders. Interesting. He's in Rabbids Go Home, a comedy adventure. There's an Xbox 360 community game called Angry Berry, President of Butt Kicking. Okay. He's in Mercenaries 2, World in Flames. Okay. And then there's a bunch of politics games or whatever. President Forever. What game is this? No description. Okay. President Forever is a realistic simulation-focused turn-based political game. The game is geared towards the hardcore political fan. So if you're a fan of Barack Obama gaming, check out President Forever and Angry Berry and Mercenaries 2 and Madden NFL and Big Head Bash. He's also in that. Is that a podcast?
I think that's
1080 Avalanche. 1080 Avalanche should get on there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Sure. Fuck it.
I mean,
and whatever.
I want a snowboarding game that is more arcadey. I'm sure.
Did they release SSX Tricky on the GameCube? Because if they did, they should re-release SSX Tricky, the best SSX game.
Now, I'm sure you're right about that, but also I really love SSX on tour.
Is that the one where you could also ski?
Yes.
Yeah, that game kind of whipped, but it wasn't as good as Tricky.
I'll believe that. No, like I will not make the argument on which one is better. I would just say that like on tour is my game. Like that was the one that I fell in love with.
Like the personality of Tricky, where if you like were shoving the same racer down multiple times in a race, they would fight you at the finish line in a cutscene, was like the fact that they never revisited that, like had stuff like that happen in later ones, is so depressing.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like on tour, you had your own character creator. There's this whole idea of like a world within like that mountain. Like I loved the idea that you could start at the top of the peak and just board all the way down. Granted, they do like the Tony Hawk's American Wasteland thing where it's like you'll have stretches of just like blank snow to load in the rest of the world, but it's still neat. Like I think about that game a lot. Its soundtrack is the one that got me on the path of being a little music freak. It's not even that freaky, but it's like, where else are you going to listen to like Sitting Sideways, followed by some Billy Talent songs, followed by some Block Party, followed by fucking Jurassic 5. Oh my god.
It's good shit.
Breaking news. The Fallout TV trailer leaked.
Oh.
Cool. I don't care. Support your local writers.
The leak is at a movie theater during some screening. And the crowd doesn't react to it at all. It's really beautiful. Hey, everything's there. They got dudes in power armor. They got bombs going off. They got a guy leaving a vault. They have a ghoul cowboy who looks like, I think, probably the laziest interpretation you could do of a ghoul, which it just looks like he has red skin. Also, he looks like Jim Carrey, which also, I think that's pretty accurate to the ghoul thing. But it doesn't look like a dude with no skin whose body is falling apart. He just looks like he painted his skin red. It looks fucking god-awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Fallout TV show. That's trailers out there. You can check that out. That's a podcast. If you liked this show, you can check out other shows we have on Gamesline.net and more. What do we have going up soon? I think we have some written pieces in the docket that are set to go up relatively soon. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff in our features channel. Well, we'll get to them. Don't worry, they'll go up. You can also check us out on Twitter, the Gamesline on Twitter. Tumblr, gamesline.tumblr.com. Put yourself a /ask there to ask us questions. Facebook.com/Gamesline. YouTube.com/@thegamesline. Twitch.tv/GameslineTV. I haven't been streaming for a bit. I did just get back from a big vacation, but I do want to hop back in sometime this week. I think I'm going to finally try the AEW Fight Forever Stadium Stampede Battle Royale mode that they added. Very excited to try that out. And if you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Gamesline, where you can spend $3 on our Express Pass to get a bunch of content a week early, including our anime podcast and our Patreon exclusive wrestling podcast, which we just did an episode for All In. All In London, the biggest wrestling show ever. It's fun. Go give that a listen. Maverick, what's happening with anime?
Anime's happening. We're a few episodes towards the end of the season. Most recently, we did do a podcast about Hellsing Ultimate, the OVA version of the classic manga Hellsing. You know, talking about the sort of thing that comes up that can be very steeped in the idea of just wanting to do something cool. And when you do that, you know, not everything is necessarily the most thought out. Fun little conversation we have. Ultimately a fun time if you're looking for something a little trashy, a little grindhousey. Outside of that, though, you know, again, seasonal stuff. We've all stumbled upon a show that's sort of just become our seasonal watch, which is pretty funny. And it's nice. Just because of the fact that it's really fucking good. Nice. Undead Girl Murder Farce. Check it out. Not on official sites. But also get ready to catch up with us as we go through with a classic. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Because I picked it.
Great. If you want to hang out with us, you can go to the GameZone.zone. That's our Discord server. And of course, our theme song is Crush off the album Magic is Real by Melt Channel. You can check their music out at meltchannel.bandcamp.com and their other act Magic Circuit at magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. I think they also have magiccircuit.com too. I had to look. I'm pretty sure they do. Mav, Lorelai, where can people find you?
No, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch and Tumblr and all Blue Sky at Judgment Scythe everywhere. And you can find me at Rose City Comic Con next weekend
Woohoo.
at the Andrea Rosales table. You should visit and get some really good art.
I am Maverick Drifter on Twitter. Don't seek me out anywhere else, really. I don't post shit. I forget the social media I have outside of Twitter. It's never going to die until I die. I'm saying that first.
And I'm FKA Socks on Twitter. FKA Socks everywhere, except on Blue Sky, where you can find me if you search FKA Socks. That one's pretty easy. But I am gamesla.me. You can just put that in, and I'm right there. Welcome to the Gamesline. And as we like to say every single episode,
Slime. You're like that handle doing it nice, Slime.
As we like to say on every single episode of the Gamesline podcast, keep on, stay on the rails.
Keep moving different.
Keep moving different. Goodbye, bye. Hitting stop abruptly.
You didn't even do a chugga chugga. What the fuck?